Human beings have never stopped exploring the origins of the universe. For some, Mars holds the answer to mankind's future to space. Others, except Mars, is too far, too dangerous, too expensive for humans to explore. My Trip on Mars is an art exhibition presented by Adam Norton at UTS Gallery. He invites us to image the first humans landing on Mars by 2027.
When the first explorers go, it'll be very difficult because there will be no equipment on Mars. But as each successive wave of explorers arrive, maybe America, China, the various different nations, the resources on Mars will build up, so it'll become less dangerous for future visitors.
Adam Norton is an artist. His fascination with space travel and the effects of technical on human conditions, combining with the artistic impulse of experimentation.
Mars is the only planet in the solar system that's is possibly habitable by human beings. It's about a third the size of Earth. It has a day that's about 24 and a half hours long, so very similar to Earth Day, but with a third gravity, which is still livable. The temperature gradient is just about acceptable for human conditions. A little bit cold, but we can manage that. There's no oxygen, but there's carbon dioxide. So there's a chance to extract oxygen and hydrogen from the atmosphere. So it's probably the most likely place that humans could settle first.
In this exhibition that invites the viewers to be the explorer, inspiring their imagination about the red planet and the future.
I heard about the exhibition and I thought I'd come along because I've always been interested in Mars from a little child. And, I would have liked to have taken a trip there myself, leave the planet and see another one, the solar system. Probably by 2200, there'll be 8 or 9 billion people on the planet. So if you could set up a second economy on the lunar surface or a Martian colony or base, some of the excess population could probably colonize and increase the lifestyle opportunities for everybody on this planet and the ones living off. So, very, very exciting. The whole floors of there, stuff like that.
So we can go ice skating on Mars on the planet.
Yeah.
The Mars Lab is both a Mars yard and a robotic lab, established within Sydney's Powerhouse Museum. William Reid is a PhD student in the University of Sydney. His research is mission planning and control of autonomous ground vehicle operating on planetary analog terrain.
With our robotic spacecraft that we've sent to Mars, we've already discovered that water exists on Mars in a solid state form, and we've seen it actually sublimate on the surface of Mars, so transition from a solid to a gas. We've also seen erosion behavior caused by flowing water. So we know water does exist on the planet Mars, and we know water once existed in a liquid form on the surface and actually flowed. Now, whether or not where there is water on Earth, we know that there is life, okay? And so that's a very good indicator that life exists or once existed on Mars.
Mike Lumwater is a professor of astrobiology at the University of New South Wales, focusing on microbe life in high-temperature ecosystems and the search for life on Mars.
There are hints that there might be simple life on Mars. There are just hints at the moment. But I think within the next 10 or 20 years, we will actually find out whether there is life on Mars. And it's not going to be little green people, it's going to be microbes. We don't know about life anywhere else in the universe. And as far as we know at the moment, there is only life on Earth. But if we could find life anywhere else, Mars being one of the best places, then we'll learn a huge amount about how life started and what life is all about.
And if they don't find any life on Mars, no evidence at all, that's also interesting, because that means life is very special to Earth, and that makes it very fragile. So both discoveries are interesting.
And it's very exciting to not know something, and that's the reason why we send robotic spacecraft to Mars, is to try and answer these questions.
Well, I think eventually we'll have to go to Mars with astronauts. But meanwhile, there are very sophisticated rovers and other robotic vehicles that can learn a lot. But I think to really get clear answers, we're going to have to go there ourselves. Mars is not a good place to live anyway, because the atmosphere is bad for us. There's almost no oxygen, and it's cold. It's minus 60 degrees centigrade on average. You wouldn't want to live there. I wouldn't want to live there. So it's just not a good idea. Far more important is to look after our own planet rather than going to another one.